Hi, good morning. It's Tuesday, February 5th, 2016. And in 3 days, I said February 5th. February 5th is my anniversary. Today's February 2nd, but in 3 days, I'll celebrate my anniversary. I'll have 30 years clean and sober, working the 12 steps. And I want to talk to you steppers. That's the word I want to use. Because in my 30 years, of practicing the program, the 12 steps, going to meetings, all of the things that we do to recover, I wanted to create a website, a forum, a platform for discussion about why people do it, and also to reach more people to a place that I think that even over time, sometimes they get trapped. And my objective in doing this, and I said I'm going to do it, and I think this is a good time at my completion of my third decade, because here's the problem I've experienced, the problem I've witnessed, the problem I continue to see. It seems to be pervasive, is that some people come in and they do everything right. They take all the suggestions, they read the literature, they read the book, they go to 90 and 90, they get a sponsor, they start step work, and they relapse. And then I've seen people come in and do everything wrong, and they relapse. And I've seen people come in and do everything right, and they stay clean and sober. And then I've seen people come in and do everything wrong, and they stay clean and sober. So it's not just the mechanics. There has to be something more. So I've given this a lot of prayer. I've meditated about it a lot. What is this distinction? What is this differentiating experience? What can I put a finger on? And after a lot of thought and consideration, I've come to realize that it has everything to do with desire. So I want to talk about desire, because I think desire is such a powerful force. And if desire is the key to making it, what's the key to creating a desire? What exactly does one do to create this really white-hot desire to want to go through with the process, to want to withstand the temptations, to want to submit themselves to the rigorous self-assessment and making a list and making amends and carrying the message? What is the key to that desire? And I think that it's something so trivial and so simple that a lot of people just overlook it. And we're all given this incredible, almost divine capacity to dream, to imagine. We're given this incredible mind that brings things up in rich, vivid color. And I think to myself, if everybody would just get off the launch pad with a very powerful dream, then they would experience radical recovery. They would experience this profound personality shift. They would experience this lifestyle change, this outlook change, this perspective change. And it's so simple, it's so easy. But I think a lot of times with the people who do everything right and still relapse, I think they forget that important fact. And for people who do everything wrong and stay sober and clean, I think they get that important fact. And that is, why? Why should I do it? So we got to come up with our why. We have to come up with our dream. We have to come up with something that excites us, that gives us that white, hot, burning desire to submit ourselves to the work, number one, and also to withstand the temptations that are going to come. It's not even a maybe. There are going to be temptations. So this is what I encourage people to do. Find a quiet place, somewhere tranquil, somewhere peaceful, somewhere where you can feel comfortable, and make an appointment with yourself. 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, and get very, very secure in a place that's open and public, if that's good for you. Some people like a library, other people prefer their bedroom. Wherever it is that you feel safe and comfortable, and no cell phone, no distractions, no emails, no text messages, somewhere where you can make an appointment with yourself to have some private time. And close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Just cleanse yourself with the pure oxygen and open up the mind, knowing that it's going to be sacred time, personal time, where you're going to find the reason why you need to submit yourself to the work. And once that's done, and you've breathed a few times in through your nose, hold it a little while, the breath of life. Exhale, do that a couple of more times, not to the point that you hyperventilate, of course. Of course, an addict would take it to an extreme, right? But find a place where you feel comfortable, take a good couple of deep cleansing breaths, close your eyes, and cast your consciousness and attention into the unbounded universe of your mind, and imagine going to a funeral. Bring it into rich, colorful detail. See the silkiness of the inside of the casket. Smell the flowers that are in the room. You're going to a viewing. And put yourself in that room. Walk up to the casket, look inside, and see yourself inside. It's you. It's your own funeral. Now, it sounds kind of morbid, but go to your own funeral. Sometimes the way to find life is to experience death while you're still breathing. So, see the people start to come in and gather. Experience the somberness of the occasion in the safety and comfort of your own mind, of your own conscience. And then there are 4 people that are going to deliver a eulogy, a speech about who you were, what kind of life you led. One of them is going to be a parent, mother, father, whether they're dead or alive. This is all an imagination exercise. So mom or dad. The other one will be a sibling. If you don't have a sibling, maybe a cousin, a family member, an uncle, an aunt, a grandparent. Another one will be a friend. And then the 4th one will be a co-worker. And just put yourself there and see these people, how they're dressed. Feel what they feel. Look at the look in their eyes in your own imagination. And then open your eyes and write down what you want them to say. What do you want them to say? Not what they will say, what they might say, what they could say. What do you want? W-A-N-T. What do you want them to say? Write that down. Take it out of the abstract universe and put it down into the pragmatic, concrete world. Write it down, pencil, paper, no texting, no computer, no word perfect, none of that. Just write it down in your own handwriting. What do you want your mom to say about the kind of son you were? What do you want your brother or sister to say about the kind of brother or sister you were? What do you want a friend to say about the type of friend you were? What do you want a boss or a coworker to say about the kind of career you led? Write it down. Be specific. What do you want them to say? Well, Jimmy, I don't know what I want them to say. Well, if you did know, what would they say? What do you want them to say? It's your exercise. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out, because the objective is the process of working the 12 steps is to become the person that would make those people say those things that you want them to say. It's simple. Doesn't have to be complicated. In doing that simple exercise, you will get in touch with desire. Because nobody's forcing you to do this. Nobody's holding a gun to your head saying, you've got to do this assignment. It's totally up to you. And with that one little change in the way you approach this program, the way you approach recovering, That one little change will make a vast difference because it'll set you on a different trajectory. You know, there's two types of ways to live life. There's proactive, where you decide what you want and you go after it. And then there's reactive, when you don't decide what you want and you're just reacting to everything that happens to you. And I think the whole program, the way to recover is to decide what you want and go after it. Could you see yourself picking up a 10-year medallion? Where would you be? What would you be like? Where would you be working? Where would you be living? What kind of family would you have? What kind of friendships would you have? What kind of relationships would you experience in your real life if you really did the process and you really could recover? What would your life be like? Isn't it worth at least exploring? To try to find out, to separate yourself from the next temptation. This desire is the actual fuel that will make you want to go through the process. And every time you feel like stopping, you can always fall back to that what you wrote down and say, this is why I'm doing it. And it's your daily inspiration. Some people say, oh, Jimmy, you're motivational. No, I don't want to be motivational. You take an idiot and you motivate them, now you have a motivated idiot. No, I want to inspire people to inspire themselves. They say if you give a man a fish, he'll eat once. But if you teach him how to fish, he'll feed himself for the rest of his life. So there's your fishing pole. Get in touch with that desire, and you'll be surprised what it unlocks. It'll unlock, whether you're old in the program, whether you're new in the program. A lot of people have been around a lot of years and have never gotten in touch with what they really want. They think it's just for today and all I got is today. Well, make today count by having a goal, a destination. We're supposed to have a spiritual awakening. Wake up the spirit. This certainly does it. Wake up the spirit. Get passionate about life. Experience that radical change that's available, but nobody takes it. It's available. So take advantage of it. Do it now. Do it today. Do it this week. Do it. Nobody can do it for you. This only you can do for yourself. I encourage you to do that. It'll make all the difference. Two paths diverged in the woods, and I took the road less traveled, and it has made all the difference. Do it for yourself. Experience the radical change that's available to you. Take care.